Your Space Coast vacation is preparing for liftoff. Start counting down now. 10, 9, 8, 7. It's time for a beach vacay that feels like heaven. 6, 5, 4. Come explore Melbourne and the beaches. 3, 2, 1. It's time for some rocket-filled fun. Count down to your best beach vacation ever on Florida's Space Coast. Launch your planning now at visitspacecoast.com. That's visitspacecoast.com.
J360 Radio.
Hello, J360 Legion, and welcome to a J360 Mini Bite, hosted by J.M. Brady. And I'm your host, J.M. Brady. So, let's get into it. How's it going, y'all? It's a new week ahead here at J360 Productions, and let me tell you this. What happened to last week, right? Well, see, last week I went ahead and I did some freelance work, so I got to do some videography for another company out there. And I'm going to tell you this, I had a good time. I was filming a live sport tournament, and it was cold as balls. So, one way or another, I managed to have fun and not only play hard, but I worked hard too. And that drift was something else, man, because the next day I couldn't even go back. I was sick. I was like, oh, God. So, I was out there in all kinds of weather again, and then it just reminded me of all the times I went on different shoots and everything else. And I just felt immediately at home. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, this is exactly the other side of J360 Productions here that needs to make a comeback. So, I started to go ahead and work on a lot of things on the grindstone. Just because I wasn't doing anything live and in your face last week doesn't mean I wasn't busy working on a few things. Man, I fell back in love with videography. I was like, let me find whatever I can find around here so I can go ahead and start putting different productions on. In addition to what's going down with J360 TV. And let me tell you this, that breath of fresh air is what I needed. You know how it is, like when you do something for a while and then you're like, yeah, I need to get this done, and then after a while it gets monotonous, so you kind of need to break away and get like a breath of fresh air. I guess that's what last week was all about because, I enjoyed it, really. So I see myself dealing with a little bit more extra work and different shifts, I should say, because one way or another, it felt really nice to do. And I apologize for all the background noise. I'm actually using the portable setup. I'm on the other side of the J360 house right now. But I'm going to tell you, like, one way or another, I just know that this is all leading somewhere, and I'm happily going to be sticking to what I know. But the thing is, though, I still wish I gave you at least like a Hangouts episode or something, but once again, I got in that time shift, so I had to go ahead and figure out which one was feasible, and I figured you guys could use a little break from me, at least for a little while, because it's Jams Week, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, Jams 21 is coming. It's coming on Friday, and it's going to be a big bang of I was going to say some Dragon Ball reference, but I'm not going to. But it's going to be one hell of a party. And not only that, you're getting 2 parties in the week, as a matter of fact. Because you got the J-Man Show 200 finally revealing itself tomorrow at that. And I'm like, damn, how many milestones are we going to cross? And then at the same time, we're not just crossing them, we're stomping them right into the next one, too, while we're at it. I just love this, man. And you see, one way or another, to make it to 200 episodes and 5 years, I would say, that's pretty awesome. I like that, one way or another, because I've been going for this episode and I'm just still, blown away about it. Like, I can't believe that we are finally at that zenith, It's just the same way with Jams hitting 20 last week, and then soon enough, the mini bites are going to be hitting 100. Yeah, I'm sure by the time we get to summer, it's going to be Mini Bites 100, and how are we going to go about that, It's just awesome, one way or another. Like, I love doing these shows for you guys. And see, when I was away, I thought about that, but I was like, hey, that second wind coming in, and all this inspiration that's hitting me right now, not to mention what I'm doing here for my first love of media work, I'm like, yes! One way or another, the J-Man wins, and I love it. And I'll tell you this, though, we actually are, if anything, you can consider that J-Man Show 200 would be Jams Light to a point because, see, it's single tracks this time and it's a smaller playlist, but still, everybody who's been on Jams was a big impact for me as who I am. So I'm like giving back to them too, in addition to going ahead talking about what the hell society's doing now. As of right now, though, I'm not going to do it on this episode because this is all about plans. This is all about moving forward. And then I have an idea and clarity about what to do with J360 TV. And I still know that there are a few things regarding the power play that need to be handled as well. Now, for those of you that have been asking me about it, like how do you get on it? How do you team up with me and stuff like that? Well, interestingly enough, first thing you do is you talk to me. Send me an email at j360productions@outlook.com. And then in your subject, like, tell me what show you want to be a part of. Like, do you want to battle with me on the power play, or do you want to team up with me on the power play? Or do you want to sit back and have a chat or interview on Hangouts? Or, like, do you want your track played on Jams? And before you ask me about the J-Man Show, well, that's kind of my thing, but we'll see, But it's just like one of those kind of things, guys. I was sitting there and I was thinking, we can make this whole thing bigger than what it is, and it's all about growth, and it's an adventure for everything. And speaking of which, everybody is talking on this phone right now. I can never get away from it. I always try to shut off the notifications, but one way or another, if somebody wants to talk, gong, and I'm like, damn, what now? But that's that CEO life, and one way or another, I can't sit there and be like, I don't want to talk to people, man. I don't want to talk to people, man. I'm tired of people. Why I gotta talk to people for? What do you want me for, man? Find somebody else. But then again, I have to figure I consider most of these people friends, so I gotta be there. Just one way or another. And also, baseball season is back. Hell yeah! Come on, Phillies. Let's do this. Oh, it's game one. It's game one, like one way or another. And we went ahead and we threw the Braves aside. We went ahead and punked them out. Even though at the same time, I'm like, yeah, it's the Atlanta Braves. I don't expect too much. But you see, we still got a whole lot to deal with. Not only that, a lot of games coming in. I like how spring is just rolling in and things are starting to change. People getting out there, having some fun. Some of you got vaccinated, so, you're able to do a little bit more, which is actually pretty cool. I like that. One way or another, we're starting to step out, and that's the beauty of it. However, just be safe and keep wearing your mask and all. You know what I mean? Like, let us do this right now. Let's not do the whole Texas thing and Florida thing, which, by the way, Florida got more than enough problems going on. Is that water still toxic over there? Like, it's no, not now. Like, and then a lot of people are sitting there talking about Godzilla versus Kong. I mean, I'll go ahead and I'll do a couple of retorts on that. 1, it's a monster movie. 2, it's not to be taken literally. 3, your complaints is why we don't have nice things. And I do agree that the human side of the movie was poorly written, but I do know that a lot of people didn't understand the movie that came out before it, which was King of the Monsters. But whatever, damn it. Things like that. But I like the movie, though, I am going to follow up on it with more in-depth stuff, but I don't know which one's funnier. The fact that we actually watched the movie, or is it the pre- and post-conversations that a lot of, quote, publicists out here and critics and buffs, have to say about every single movie we make. And then, of course, there's also the MCU fan theories that come out of the woodwork, and, the MCU fan theories, right? The ones that come out like, they'll tell you all this wrong and hyperbolic crap, but then they'll go on ahead on a tangent when they didn't win it. It's the same thing with WandaVision and all that stuff. Which, by the way, Falcon and Winter Soldier is coming along great, man. I'm loving it. Captain America 4, pretty much. Man, I can't wait to see what Sam will do next, along with Bucky, because those guys are a pair, man. I would love to see another full-length movie with them, to be honest with you. And I like how they did the callback to the car seat thing. Could you move your seat up? No. That was beautiful. And speaking of which, those Flag Smashers, though, I'm like really wondering, like, how did they get their abilities and all that stuff? Like, somebody must have given them an improper formula. But then again, there I go with my fan theory, right? But hey, it is what it is. I could care less. But one way or another, it's good to see like all this stuff is starting to come back. Now, you would hope that we, the people, would appreciate things more now that we are on the road to recovery, that eventually that we're all going back to work and that we're all doing, better than what we were, right? Right? Okay, you know what? I'm asking for much on that one. I apologize. But because, like the one way or another, I see how crazy our society is getting, and we have not really hit that giant foolery yet. I can't necessarily call it by its given name on this episode, but you do know what I mean. Like, one way or another, people are just acting up, dude, and I'm just like, shake my head about it all the time. Because, the little Nas video. Remember when they're all like, what about the children? Protect the children. Oh my God, I can't believe all this stuff. I will say that it's pretty damn raw. But I also realize this. I'm not a fan of Lil Nas, and I don't give a damn what he does. Truth be told, I'm not producing this video. And then him doing what he does with the devil in it. See, for some reason, people freak out about satanic images. Yet they market the stuff. And then there comes the whole thing where it's like, it's because he's a gay rapper too, right? Right? See, a lot of people, like, it's funny that they try to go ahead and exploit that culture, and they try to go on ahead and try to say, oh, don't be that way and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I just look at it from time to time. I'm like, you want to be a part of it. That's why you keep talking about it. That's why it's on your mind all the time. Like, you realize, like, mainstream America and, like, well, actually, no, mainstream media mostly, they have this itch to scratch, and they keep messing with it. And it's either the gay community, the black community, both, or Latin community, any kind of community out here that is to be exploited for top dollar. They will go about doing this stuff one way or another. And the thing about Lil Nas is he's telling it like it is. He don't give a damn. But then you see like little things where like he had his shoes that allegedly had blood in them. Like Nike is going to sue him for trademark infringement because as you look, you can see the Nike swoop right there. Like somebody didn't take the time to erase the swoop off the shoes. So, once again, it just happens, man. It's not a good thing. It's not any of this other stuff. And I get nothing out of it because guess what? Years ago, I've seen a lot of my favorite artists out there that I do care about do some wild stuff anyway. I mean, you think about it, like, the 80s was like 20 or 30 so years ago, right? And then you figure, like, people had an uproar when Madonna was rolling around in a wedding dress singing like a virgin. Let's just be honest. This is nothing new. However, if it's something that appeals to me, like deep making love and being in a monogamistic relationship and, being respectful and doing what needs to be done and getting through the day, then, or just throwing a party just because you could, then I'd probably be there front and center. But if it's anything dealing with like Lil Nas doing what he got to do and, descending to hell or Montero's say my name or whatever, I could care less and do. I just walk away, don't care. Just like when it's a movie that's on TV and it doesn't appeal to me and I don't find any of the characters endearing at all, I just turn it off and I go about my way. But hey, I guess I'm doing it wrong. I mean, maybe I need to go ahead and point my finger. I'd be like, you are messing with you're messing with my sensibilities. You're messing with my point of view in life. My narrative. It's whatever, man. I mean, at the end of the day, you can always utilize freedom of choice and the power to not give a damn. You could always just be like, click. You could always be like, swipe. You could always be like, you got so many ways to get rid of and dismiss people nowadays. But it's amazing that people will not allow themselves to do so. Isn't it, though? You noticed that, right? Anyway, I can't be the only one. But all I can say is we have a pretty big week ahead. It started with the mini bites. The J-Man Show carries it. And then, of course, the power play is there also carrying it. And we have at the end, well, no, not really at the end, but we also have at the tip J360 Jams 21. And after that, it's another power play. And it's a showdown series episode, y'all. That's right. Me and the rest of my crew are going to be battling it out against each other in matches of strength, fury, and a lot of sadness, because one way or another, it's Capcom fighting, and we're going to have a good time with that. And you know what? Let me tell you this. What game is it, you wonder? You'll see. I'll have it all set up by tomorrow. But for those of you out there who are looking forward to this, yes, we are having something great happen regarding the J-Man Show 200. I'm going to go a little long with this episode and tell you, for all of you out there that submitted one track, usually when the J-Man Show does something special, and that's playing music on it, you will get that chance to actually appear on a J360 radio show. So no, I haven't turned my back on you. And those of you in the Jam fam that are looking for some more playtime and you didn't make it to Jams, this is your shot, and I have you in mind. So everything's all set up, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to take it from here, and I got to get going because we are past 15. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 10 o'clock p.m. for the J-Man Show 200. All right? Laters.
Your Space Coast vacation is preparing for liftoff. Start counting down now. 10, 9, 8, 7. It's time for a beach vacay that feels like heaven. 6, 5, 4. Come explore Melbourne and the beaches. 3, 2, 1. It's time for some rocket-filled fun. Countdown to your best beach vacation ever on Florida's Space Coast. Launch your planning now at visitspacecoast.com. That's visitspacecoast.com.